Welcome back, true believers and spectacular Spidey fans all around, and I bring you another Spider-Man PS4 video and also another video on PlayStationLifestyle.net, where my previous video I talked about the whole detailed situation going on that Marvel and Sony and Insomniac Games with their Spider-Man video, the Spider-Man games, will be sequels, and it will be a series, and how Marvel and Sony and Insomniac are going to be making tons of awesome games, especially for future Marvel titles. So go check out that video previously where I talk about that. It is really awesome that is happening, that we will get these AAA Marvel titles that we deserve. We will get the Arkham-worthy, Marvel-esque video games that we have been craving ever since Batman Arkham Asylum came out, and we wanted that to happen for Marvel games. We will get those games. And of course, it is starting off with Spider-Man PS4, because Spider-Man is Marvel's most popular character, and he will bring in a new era of Marvel games, and this will be probably the greatest Spider-Man game ever made, especially with the talent that is going on behind it, and especially the entirety of Marvel and Sony and Insomniac working in cooperativeness together. It's just going to be such an amazing experience that we get to finally actually immerse ourselves in, and it is going to be like a dream come true for all you hardcore Marvel, Spider-Man, PlayStation fans out there. It is going to be fantastic. So, with all that said, this article is talking about the PS4 Pro and how it will be fantastic for Spider-Man PS4 and how it will be unbelievable for that game. So, again, I've already said this a lot of times, but the E3 trailer that we saw was Spider-Man PS4 running on a standard, normal PS4. That 30-second clip that we saw was obviously the clip running, the game, I should say, running on a PS4 Pro, and it looked gorgeous. I made tons of videos regarding it, and I think this will be my last video regarding the Spider-Man PS4 Pro footage, or the Spider-Man PS4 game running on the PlayStation 4 Pro. And of course, the title right there on PlayStation Lifestyle. Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games say HDR is a real step forward, and as you know, we are getting the lead animator from Insomniac Games working on Spider-Man PS4. But when it says Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games say that the PlayStation 4 Pro is a real step forward, they are talking about their own individual games. Just like Naughty Dog's individual games like Last of Us and Uncharted 4 will be ported onto the Pro and will look spectacular. But I'm going to be talking about what Insomniac Games said regarding Spider-Man PS4. You can go look up this article yourself. They go in depth a lot about the detail that we will get for, Naughty Dog's games for Uncharted 4 and Last of Us, and how it is going to be such a different looking game on the Pro compared to the standard PS4, and how Insomniac Games is going to put Spider-Man PS4 and Ratchet & Clank, which are their game that they are creating right now, and the game that was their previous game, which was Ratchet & Clank. They talk about how those games are going to look absolutely unbelievable on the PS4 Pro, and based on what we saw on the 30-second footage of Spider-Man PS4 running on the PS4 Pro, it already looks fantastic, and this is just to give extra detail on that. So, of course, if you haven't read it already, I will read it for you guys. Following the PlayStation 4 Pro's unveiling yesterday, which this article was written on September 8th, and the event was on September 7th, so yeah. Developers from several studios talked about the new console, 4K and high dynamic range, which is HDR. Notably, Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games both agreed that HDR is a real step forward. And of course, this isn't just some, fluff piece where, they are companies that are owned by Sony. They wouldn't just say that if they didn't really mean it. It's because Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games are kind of like rivals. Like, picture like Ash Ketchum and Gary Oak, and then also like Red versus Blue from Pokemon, like how intense those rivalries are. That's how freaking intense the rivalry between Insomniac Games and Naughty Dog is. They basically they're like butting heads all the time and always trying to one-up each other, and it's like a really fun rivalry, like a really friendly rivalry, which is why it was so amazing when we got the news that the head animator of Uncharted 4 and Last of Us is going to be working on Spider-Man PS4, which is crazy. So when they say that it is a real step forward, believe me, it is a real step forward. Like, just based on what we saw for Spider-Man PS4, and imagining what Uncharted 4 and Last of Us will look like on a PS4 Pro, I can already tell it's going to be gorgeous. And right there, in an interview following the meeting, Insomniac's Al Hastings said that 4K and HDR offering stunning details with reference to the studio's Spider-Man and Ratchet & Clank games. So I won't talk about the Ratchet & Clank game because this video is about Spider-Man, but the first paragraph is about Spider-Man and the second paragraph is about Ratchet & Clank, and the rest is about Naughty Dog themselves with their games, which is Uncharted 4 and Last of Us. So the first paragraph I will only read to you guys. For our Spider-Man project, we are really working as hard as we can to build a really rich, detailed version of New York City, and the amount of detail and improved fidelity you can get on a 4K display, especially a 4K display that has HDR, is pretty stunning. And of course, watch my videos where I go in depth about it. I point out all the little details you can see of New York running on a PS4 Pro. And again, the screenshot of that same street in the nighttime, I believe that screenshot was taken on a PS4 Pro. And the screenshot alone, I'm not kidding you, I did a whole video talking about that screenshot, but I swear to you, when I saw that screenshot, it looked like I was looking at like a Google Maps image of New York City. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but the detail that Insomniac is putting in just the city itself, like even Spider-Man himself looks gorgeous. He looks real. Same thing with the city. All the little details of the people walking around, to the cars, to the street lights even moving. Like, it blows my mind that this is how far we've come in the terms of video games and in the terms of Spider-Man games, especially with such a talented team of Insomniac Games working on this title. I am, like, it's one of my dreams come true, seeing this be played out and how stunning it's going to be. And of course, to finish up that paragraph, it's a real step forward. That's what we're most excited about. So of course, not only is Insomniac's dream coming true themselves when they can actually work on a Spider-Man game, it's that they are most excited about to bring such a high quality, high fidelity, beautiful next-generation graphic-looking Spider-Man game onto the PlayStation 4 and show it to all of us running at 4K, 1080p, 60 FPS. I know that's going to blow some of you guys away, but trust me, Sunset Overdrive and Ratchet & Clank on the PS4 both ran at 60 FPS at 1080p. Same thing goes with all Sony exclusives, especially with like Uncharted 4 and Infamous Second Son. Those are like the most notable PS4 exclusives that we have had, and those games ran at 1080p at 60 FPS. And Insomniac Games have already done it twice, once on the Xbox One for Sunset Overdrive, like I already said, and most recently in the Ratchet & Clank game on the PS4. And of course, this Spider-Man game is running on the Ratchet & Clank PS4's engine. So if you have doubts that this game will be 60 FPS, it will not, because it's running on the same exact engine that Ratchet & Clank PS4 is running at. And of course, just looking at the PS4 Pro clip and the E3 trailer, it looks stunning and vivid and seamless and gorgeous. So have no fear, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man will run at 60 FPS at 1080p. Don't freak out, guys. I know that sounds crazy for the PC Master Race guys over there, but trust me, PlayStation exclusives have not let me down, at least. I don't know about you guys, but personally, I have all the faith in Insomniac Games and Sony Interactive Entertainment to bring us the greatest Spider-Man experience we could ever imagine in our lifetimes. And that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, True Believers, and make sure to stay spectacular and look out for more videos on this channel. Peace out.